Welcome to start class 7th history chapter 2, that is new kings and kingdom. So in this part we will see how the Chola empire came into power. Before Chola, Mutayyar family were in power in this Kaveri region, in the region of Chola empire. So one person, he was very strong from the Chola family. His name was Vijayalaya. His name was Vijayalaya. He was from Udayyar area. Udayyar is area name. Thanjavur is also area name. So from a small area Udayyar, he controlled the power which was earlier in the hand of others. And when he became powerful, he made very beautiful town of Thanjavur, and he made some other temples also for the Hindu god and goddesses. And then after his successors of Vijayalaya, they extended Chola empire by attacking by joining the kingdom of Pandyas and Palwas and some others. Raja first was very important and famous king of Chola empire, and his son Rajendra first was also powerful. He also joined so many areas into the Chola empire like Ganga Valley, Sri Lanka, and some other countries of South Asia. By this, he extended his kingdom, and he continued the policy of his father as well. The big temples of Thanjavur and Cholapuram, these both are made by Raja and his son Rajendra. This temple is very famous in the world, you can say, due to its quality. It is scripture and designing. These temples was given land by the rulers and by some of the people as well. And maintenance of this land went into the hand of priest, sweeper, garland maker, sweeper, dancer, and many more people. These temples were not only temple, but it was a hub of cultural, economic, and many more. The craft production of this temple was and is very famous, that is making a sculpture of bronze. This is considered the finest sculpture, one of the finest sculpture in the world. And this sculpture was especially of deities, that Hindu god and goddesses, and some of them were of followers as well. Next heading is agriculture and irrigation. Agriculture and irrigation of this area was very well because of the river Kaveri. The land of this area was very fertile because it was formed by the river Kaveri and its branches. So many branches of the river Kaveri were there. So people use the water of this river to water the plants and agricultural field. So there was no problem of the water, and that's why in this area plantation and agriculture was so good. Especially it helped to grow the rice in huge amount. Agriculture were developed before the Chola also in this area, but Chola empire developed irrigation and agricultural activities very much. For example, Chola king made canals to provide water to the field, to carry water to the field. They made embankment dams also to protect the water, to protect the field from the flood of Kaveri river and its branches. And due to good water availability in this area, in some area, in a year 2 crops were grown. And these all are the reason to grow the farmer and to grow the kingdom. In some area of the Chola Empire, artificial irrigation facility was also there. And for this, wells were dug, and in some area, huge water tank was there to store the rainwater. And to supply this water to the field, many people were there. Many people were involved, especially villagers. And now next heading is administration of empire, that Chola Empire. Firstly, the settlement and population of the peasants, farmer, were known with the name Ur. Ur. The population of the farmer were known as Ur. Ur is a kind of village, you can say. And when many Urs joined, after joining many Ur, Nadu was formed. So Council of Villages and Nadu perform very important function like providing justice and collecting taxes from the people. Rich peasants of Vela caste control most of the activities which was under the Nadu. Under the supervision of Chola Empire, under the king of Chola. And many times king gave them title like Muvandavelan and Urayyar. Muvandavelan means a person who served 3 kings, and Urayyar means chief. In this area, Brahman often get land as a grant from the king. That's why in this area, so many Brahman emerged, and good population of Brahmans are found in this area. And this system was called Brahmadeya, in providing land, granting land by the king to the Brahman. It was called Brahmadeya. Brahmadeya, that land was looked after assembly or sabha. Assembly or sabha of prominent Brahman landlords. And decision of this assembly were recorded on the inscription of the stone wall of the temple. And association of the traders also perform administrative function, and which was known as Nagram. Association of traders were known as Nagram, which play an important role in this also. Inscription from Uttarameran in Tamil Nadu is found. It explains how the Sabha works in Tamil Nadu in Chola Empire. According to it, the Sabha has separate committee to do the works related to it, like irrigational work, garden, temple, etc. A name of eligible person for the committee were written on the palm leaf, and these leaves were kept into the pot, earthen pot. And after that, one young person was asked to take out the leaves, and by this they were deciding that who will do which type of work. Means they were chosen in this way. This was the system to choose the responsible person for any type of activities. By this we came to understand the importance of the Chola Empire, how from the starting from the low level, how they had grown up to the empire of a kingdom, and they did it very well. By this we came to end of the chapter. Thank you.